Today I'm going to talk about charting a course towards a spiritually awake life. This is an exciting time to be alive. The veil is thinning, the world is changing, people are becoming more aware in the world. Many are feeling a pull from their soul to seek more truth and deeper meaning. Many feel as though things are not always what they appear and feel like spirituality is a place where we can find solace, love, and understanding. But let's be honest, spirituality doesn't happen to us just by sitting here in Sunday service. Spirituality happens when we integrate the lesson learned by acting upon what we believe into our daily life. Before the Great Spirit can empower us with our most sacred blessings, we're often asked to do some groundwork first. We are often called upon to learn valuable lessons from dark times, and that is all part of the process. It's part of being human. Today I'm going to talk about some strategies that can help us tap into our divine purpose for more clarity. Before we can seek to fulfill our true destiny, we need to become clear about who we are. We all come here with a blueprint in our higher self that's there to guide us towards this higher purpose. In order for the Great Spirit to fulfill our dreams, it's helpful first to be able to dream up what it is we wish to create for ourselves. Before we can manifest a more spiritually fulfilling life, it's important to honestly ask yourself some deep questions and do some soul searching. During soul searching, we can look at our natural gifts and characteristics as clues to help guide us towards our life purpose. Everyone here has a unique blend of gifts that we all contracted to come here with. And we are all perfectly different. There's not one person here that has the same blend of gifts and abilities. Our uniqueness is what makes us beautiful. We don't need to change ourselves to find our gifts. We need to accept ourselves to find our gifts. We do not need to become someone else to tap into our divinity. If you were to ask yourself, who am I? What would the answer be? Have you really thought about that? What are your strengths? Not what you want them to be. What are your strengths? What does your soul pull you towards? Are you an introvert, an extrovert? Type A personality? Do you like to work with your hands? Are you artistic? Do you feel inspired to write? Do you like working with numbers? Are you family oriented? Do you like animals? Do you like to travel? Do you like the woods? Do you like the beach? Do you love collecting seashells and gemstones? Do you feel pulled to travel and visit certain destinations? Do you feel drawn to a particular era or period in history? Do you enjoy meeting new people? Do you not enjoy meeting new people? Do you love adventure sports? Do you like to sew? Do you prefer to keep a smaller circle of loyal friends? Do you feel a pull towards solitude? Does music deeply inspire you? Do you enjoy making art? Asking these questions of ourselves and taking time to pay attention to the honest answers is powerful medicine. By actively seeking those answers, we are led towards greater self-awareness. Everyone has a unique soul path. It's not true that there's just one path towards fulfillment or enlightenment. Everyone's path is unique, with its own struggles and blessings. Never feel like you need to fit anyone else's mold to find your higher purpose. You came here with the perfect package to live, love, and express yourself in a fulfilling way. Your unique and individual characteristics are what the world needs more of, otherwise you wouldn't have them. The secret is being able to tap into, accept, and feel empowered by those unique abilities to manifest a fulfilling life. When charting a course towards deeper spirituality and meaning, the navigating starts on the inside. When we chart our course by looking outside ourselves to try to fit a mold that someone else has prescribed for us, we lose a bit of our magic. This fan is concerning me. I don't want my paper to end up all over Betty over there. It's one thing to believe in and read about something. It's another to integrate that lesson into who we are. It's nice to believe in good things. It's even better to do good things. When the two are out of alignment, it sends a mixed signal to the Great Spirit and the world, which in turn affects the law of attraction. The law of attraction is powerfully tuned and triggered by our actions and not so much by our internal beliefs. When who we think we are is out of alignment with who we actually are, The universe responds to the vibration of action more than the vibration of internal beliefs. More self-awareness is often a remedy for this. We all have flaws, and we have them to help motivate us towards our higher purpose. Our flaws are what can inspire us to do better and show us where we have more work to do, where we can practice more self-acceptance and less judgment. Self-awareness doesn't always feel good, but by being brave enough to be brutally honest with ourselves, we can transcend. Who we are, believe we are, ebbs and flows as we become more spiritually and conscious aware of ourselves and the world around us. The more honestly self-aware we are, the more we can let go of things that no longer serve us and reach greater awareness and understanding. When we allow our ego to fall to the side and seek from the soul, we become more open to real change and higher spiritual vibrations. During this phase of awakening, it's very common to shed a lot of tears as we learn to let go of past hurts, traumas, and behaviors we acquired that no longer serve our higher purpose. It's not true that a spiritual awakening always feels good. It's not all happy, smiley, meditative, fun stuff. It can be very messy, dirty, with a lot of tears, and that is okay. That's part of the process. It's part of being human. Frequently, the new levels of awareness allow us to more easily see flaws in ourselves that have pulled us backwards. This shows us where we have some soul work and can learn to react differently. The spiritually awake soul is one that embraces flaws as our teachers instead of pushing them to the side and ignoring them. Whenever we feel a rub, that is precisely where we have more work to do. The spiritually awake soul is one who holds lightly to their beliefs, always open to considering new ideas and ways of thinking. Enlightenment isn't a destination, it's a journey. The spiritually awake soul is not intimidated by the shedding of old beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve or lower our vibration. The spiritually awake soul doesn't let the ego cling tightly to self-serving beliefs which keep us from greater enlightenment. The ego is often the first filter that many people see through. It's impatient because it feels time is limited, but the soul is patient because it knows time is eternal. When we seek through the lens of the ego, we greatly diminish ourselves and others. Spiritual awakening is not something that just happens to us. We awaken as much or as little as we are willing to look at and do honest work on ourselves. We do not awaken more by judging others who walk a different path. Judgment, which often originates from the ego, minimizes and is just an expression of something we insist on being true about ourselves. We don't see others for who they are. We see others from who we are. What is sacred for one may not necessarily be a sacred truth for another, and that's perfectly okay. We are all different and came here to walk different paths. True spirituality is non-denominational. Love is non-denominational. All the religions speak of improving self-awareness to help with the integration of higher spiritual beliefs. There is far more power in walking the walk instead of just talking the talk. No one religion has the patent on enlightenment. True enlightenment comes from within and is something we can actively work towards by being honest, tapping into our strengths, being mindful, allowing ourselves to heal, honoring our journey, healing our hurts, and seeking answers from our higher self and spirit. A very important part of spiritual growth and awakening is honoring and practicing a self-healing process. The healing of past hurts particularly opens powerful portals of healing. This type of healing cannot be done to us, but rather must be done by us. A healer doesn't heal us, but instead holds the sacred space so that we may heal ourselves. This self-healing vibration is always readily available to us. Here at Earth School, many of us have experienced traumatic life events, pain, difficult circumstances, or situations that drastically changed our life path and consciousness forever. We're going back. I get the sense that these type of experiences are often what have brought many of us here today. Because our soul tells us there must be more. Often painful, difficult experiences can cause us to doubt our value as a person and can cause us to pull back from trusting Spirit and the universe are listening to and helping us. However, this is not the case. Learning to develop a practice of looking back at the past hurts to find the lesson helps us release the pain, tears, and negative emotions that may be affecting us in our present life. During my recovery from the head-on collision with the 18-wheeler I had 26 months ago, I was stuck on my couch for 3 months. I could not shower, I could not go upstairs, I could not walk. I was stuck. Most of you know I'm a person that's built to move. Being stuck on that couch was a certain type of hell for me, I'll be honest. It was a very dark time. On top of the deep physical bone pains, my body was trapped in a very small space for endless hours. I could not distract myself away from the pain. I was forced to sit in, sleep in, steep in, and study my pain in darkness. I became a true student of pain, physical, emotional, and mental. I learned firsthand during that time the value of meditation and found great relief in practicing it. I had a very difficult childhood and an abusive marriage, and let's just say my family was not very healthy, loving, or supportive. Over the first 44 years of my life, I had acquired some very unhealthy coping tools to deal with my past pains, and these behaviors had held me back a great deal. I had blamed my present on my past, and I was walking in that pretty solid. Instead of leaning into my pain to heal, to move forward, I had learned to pull away, mask, or ignore what the enlightening message was. During those 3 months on that couch, I cried, I raged, and I released. I came to understand that the experience of sitting deeply with pain is what was required for the evolution of my consciousness, and thus the big reason why the accident had to happen. Those who have heard my near-death experience talk remember I saw this accident in a dream about a month before. And I thought if I'd made some changes, it wouldn't have to happen. I didn't realize that what I needed was deep soul surgery. And that experience was how Spirit manifested a powerful healing experience for me. During that time, I learned some powerful sacred truths that helped me release experiences from the past. As I became more mobile, I came here to church here seeking healing whenever I could. Many here saw me shed tears during this service. This is a wonderfully sacred and safe space, and I encourage everyone to let tears fall here if you feel moved to release. When we let ourselves shed tears, we allow our soul to release emotions from the past without words on a purely vibrational level. There is tremendous healing power in shedding tears. It does not make you weak. It takes courage and strength to push through tears. Our tears help open a powerful portal through which we can pass through to gain greater healing. Once you can tell your story and it no longer makes you cry, you know you've healed. Sitting in a healing chair can be heavy. Or receiving Reiki can also be very helpful during this process. Spiritual healers are in great abundance here at HDB. It's one of our powerful blessings. Every healer works on a different frequency, so I encourage everyone to sit in a different healing chair when they're available. Every healer brings their own energy and healing guides, and when they combine with our energy and healing guides and aura, they help transmute and release that which no longer serves. Before sitting down to receive healing, I often set an intention, a specific intention. Before we can release past hurts, we must consciously be aware and awake as to how this is affecting our present life in the now. Once we become honestly aware of it on a vibrational level, it's easier to let it go and release the old patterns. Sitting in a healing chair is an opportunity to invite in new energy to replace the old. Once we become bravely and consciously aware of what no longer serves, it becomes far easier to release and transcend. Each tear is a step closer to soul healing and greater self